Hey everyone, Bargo here. Today I got a good bedtime story for you. Many of you might have heard of this gentleman before. Please bear with me. For you that haven't heard of Jamie Osuna before, you might want to lock your door and sit down. Grab yourself a coffee. Anyhow, let's get into it straight away. This cruel murderer is a married man and have a child. There are little to non-personal information about Jamie Osuna out there, but he is currently 33 years old as of 2022. He is of American nationality, and it is known that his stepfather abused him as a child and tortured him. Police reports show that his stepfather tied him to a tree once and whipped him when he was 5 years old. His uncle also threw a brick at him when he was young. Jamie Osuna displayed signs of becoming a vicious killer from an early age, when he began torturing and killing his family's cat.
Since I was a kid, 8, 9 years old, I'd killed animals. My mom would go to the store, I'll put the cat in the freezer for 15 minutes, let it out, put it in the oven, let it out.
The mutilated corpse of Luis Romero, 44 years old, was discovered the morning of March 9th, 2019. In the cell he shared with 31-year-old Jamie Osuna. Osuna was serving a life sentence without the possibility of release for torturing and killing Yvette Pena at El Morocco Motel in Bakersfield on Golden State Avenue in 2011. A 36-year-old mother of 6 children, at the time currently between the ages of 9 and 28. The case took more than 6 years before Osuna finally entered a guilty plea in 2017 to avoid the death penalty.
Down with Osuna at Lerdo jail. He was in there for murdering Yvette Pena in cold blood. She was a mother of 6, just gave birth 9 months earlier, and a complete stranger to him. The day after he met her, she was found at the El Morocco Hotel with a pair of scissors and a knife in her back.
I did sadistically, premeditatedly, deliberately tortured and murdered Yvette Pena.
Jamie Osuna became a dark figure during the 2017 trial, mocking the victim's family and bragging to a television news reporter of his love of torturing people, and declared he would find a way to kill again, even in prison.
Rush, it's an addiction, it's a drug. I would rather do that than do drugs. I'd rather do that than have sex with the I don't care if you're a lawyer, I don't care if you're a teacher, I don't care if you're a gang member, I don't care if you're my brother or sister, I don't care if you're whoever. It's self-gratification.
Osuna also had a history of attacking fellow inmates. In one incident, Osuna found his way into another inmate cell, where he stabbed and slashed his face, resulting in 67 stitches. Osuna has never had a cellmate before until Romero arrived 2 days earlier from Mule Creek State Prison. The convicted killers shared the same cell at Corcoran State Prison. On the morning of March 9th, 2019, only one was still alive. The victim, Luis Romero, had spent 27 years in prison. He was convicted of second-degree murder after fatally shooting a woman in Compton when he was a teenager and associating with gang members. He was nearing parole eligibility. Jamie Osuna allegedly used a homemade knife to cut out one of Romero's eyes, chop off a finger, remove parts of his ribs, and slice out a part of his lung. He ultimately cut off his head. He also posed the body, slicing Romero's face open on either side of his mouth to resemble an extended smile, like the Joker. When the guards finally found the dreadful scene, Osuna was wearing a necklace made of Romero's body parts. Luis Romero was found dead on the morning of March 9, 2019. According to the guards, they both were alive during their rounds. The new reports add to the mystery surrounding one of the most brutal slayings inside the California prison system. Romero was in a cell with Osuna, a self-described satanist who has a history of abusing his cellmates. The findings do not explain why the cops did not notice the gruesome situation sooner. The cell bars were covered with a white sheet, according to Romero's family's lawsuit, implying that the guards neglected to conduct a comprehensive search of the cell. A state investigation found that the guards reported both men alive the night before. The state probe doesn't say why the cell was not checked at any point during the night. It said the 2 officers falsely reported seeing Romero alive, and that 2 other officers did not report that their colleagues had failed to properly conduct inmates count the night of the horrific scene. The report also criticizes the prison department's internal affairs investigation, noting that some officers lied and key witnesses were not interviewed, and the question of whether the 2 killers should have been put together was never probed. Osuna has since been transferred to Salinas Valley State Prison Psychiatric Inpatient Program. He has been diagnosed with unspecified schizophrenia spectrum, antisocial personality disorder, and borderline personality disorder. Osuna has been found incompetent to stand trial for Romero's death by a judge on Wednesday, dated May 26, 2021.
If I can go back and change it, I will do it again and over again. And if I'm released, I'll probably end up back here with the same thing.
Well, isn't that the lovely cellmate you would like to be locked behind bars with? I mean, like, what the hell were the prison guards thinking? Maybe they didn't like that Romero was going to soon be released, so they put him in a cell on purpose with Osuna, knowing that things would probably go south. But hey, what do I know? I'm just speculating. Anyway, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.